I don't care how long he works and I don't care what he does, there is no job worth $2 million a year. That's why they pay athletes these fantastic salaries. I was listening to the radio the other day. They just contracted to pay one player on one team $6 million a year. Can you believe this?
And why is that?
It's the Roman circus. What does the emperor do when the people become restive, and when the people are asking questions, and when the people don't like the policies of the emperor? He sends them to the circus. He creates a circus. He builds a giant coliseum. And he begins to throw the Christians to the lions. He has great chariot races and football games and basketball games, all to keep the idiots preoccupied with things that don't mean anything in the scheme of the entire world, so that they don't have the time to learn what the truth is, so they don't ever get smart enough to learn how they're being manipulated, so they don't ever question the emperor. That's why they pay a player on a football team or a baseball team $1 million or $2 million or $3 million a year. It is the Roman circus.
Laziness will go in two different ways, man. It's, you're showing that you really don't care. All right. So, you want to say, I believe, but you ain't putting out the works to show it. Well, then that shows you obviously don't believe.
Koholo Yahweh Shemel Shabbat Shemakagadash, the bonds to the apostles, the bonds to the elders, the green millstone, Ruel, toss his truth. Much respect to you brothers out there as preaching his word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of earth. Tabernacle David, hopeful like on the speckled bird and one say shalom. So as you're seeing from the video that I played, are you distracted from the bread and circus? Or is your meat is to do the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah? All right. And the meat of Yahweh Shemel Shah is edifying, going out there to the highways and byways. All right. Keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. And Lord willing, you endure to the end and get beamed up in them chariots. All right. And pretty much, I'm going to say this. This was just confirmation through the Spirit as I was walking outside to get my camp phone out the car. I looked up in the sky and there was about 4 chariots, man. And, I was thinking about this lesson. It's just confirmation of the Spirit, man. I gave my little salute. Call Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, kept it moving. I knew I had to do this lesson, man. All right. Now, this lesson may be geared towards the younger Akium that's coming into this thing. I know I had a boom of subscribers. But, hey, if you new to this truth, new to this word, take heed, man. All right. There's nothing wrong with playing video games. There's nothing wrong with watching sports. But the first thing that you should be doing, or you should be making time, is edifying. All right. If you're new to this thing, as Apostle Tahar said, it takes about 6 months. All right. Around that time. And then you go out there and teach. All right. I know with me, all right, took that 6 months. And, I knew the Spirit was on me heavy, man. Because I was like, man, I don't want Jacob's trouble to pop off. I want to put in some of this work, man. I want to edify while I can before things popped off. All right. And that's the spirit that should be on you. So I first started doing my lessons. All right. And then I went outside preaching the word. And that's something that you should be doing. All right. Whether you start going outside preaching his word or do your lessons. All right. Either way, you want to make time to do both. All right. Because really, when you go out there to the highways and byways, I knew when I first started going out there to the highways and byways, I was doing it by myself. All right. No praise needed for that. Okay. Because that's something that you're supposed to be doing. But I knew when I started, I was like, hey, man, I can't let up. All right. I got to do this every week. No excuse. Okay. And, hey, been doing it for the most part every week, man. The only excuse to not go out there if, something pops off, you get sick, something happened to your car, stuff like that. But you want to make this truth a habit, man. Whether you have a schedule, all right? Because if you have a schedule, whether the Spirit's on you or not, you know that you have to edify, okay? And also as well, if you can go a week, 2 weeks, months without doing a lesson, you gotta ask yourself, are you truly in this work, man? Are you truly in this truth, man? You really gotta ask yourself that. Because as you read in Revelation 3, which I may get, I may not, you can read it yourself, all right? The lukewarmness, all right? If you lukewarm, that's a lukewarm spirit on you. And if you lukewarm, all right, you just do a lesson here and there. You just go outside to the highways and byways here and there. The Lord really ain't dealing with you, man. So you need to be praying to the Lord to have that fiery spirit to do this work. Once again, for the younger Akim, just make time. And that's what I did, and that's what the brothers did. Apostles and elders and brothers on down, they make time to do this work. All right. Whether that's just one lesson a week and then the spirit is put on you. All right. You start doing 2 lessons a week. Do what the measure that Yahweh Shemel Shah has given unto you. All right. And you might go up to 3, especially when you're first coming into this thing, don't expect to be on the level of an elder, but just move at a good pace. Don't move too fast and don't move too slow. Just move just right. All right. Move just right in the spirit. So you can get beaten up in the chariot. Or when Jacob's trouble pops off, you cry unto the Lord and the Lord hears you. All right. Because when Jacob's trouble pops off and you ain't doing the work as you should, or a brother rebukes you, or a brother tells you through the spirit that you need to do the work, and you don't listen, you don't jump on it, the spirit ain't on you to jump on it, how can you expect for the Lord to move when you call upon his name in the time of Jacob's trouble? Think about that, man. So I'm gonna get these scriptures. I spoke long enough, but that's just the spirit, man. Slack you for that. That's just the spirit. I had to get that off, man. All right, once again, like I said, I saw them chariots out there, and the spirit been on me to speak upon this, man. All right, because if you follow GMS or you part of GMS, you don't want brothers on the sidelines. You don't want yourself, all right, in the spirit of barely doing this work, man. All right, we're in the year of the hopefully all the prophecies pop off this year, man. So the spirit that you should have on you is to do this work, man. Slakia, once again, Slakia. I'm going to go ahead and get these scriptures, man. And Lord willing, it's edifying. This is Isaiah 30 and verse, matter of fact, I'm going to get verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into the corner anymore, but thy eyes shall see thy teachers. All right. The Lord has given us mercy by waking us up to this truth. He has woken up our apostles and elders and brothers on down, all right, to give us this wisdom. Lord, let Esau Edom, he let that wrath of Esau Edom to let up upon us so we can start doing this work. All right, because you do your history. You had neo-slavery. You had regular slavery, man. You had the sundown laws. You had all types of laws to keep us down still to this very day. All right. But if Esau Edom was smart, he would have burned the Bibles. Okay. So, hey, it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah. All right. But the Lord has set up real teachers to teach you. Okay. And you are coming in the light. All right. Those that are young in this truth or young in the spirit in this truth. All right. Because you can have younger men. It's like you can have older men that come into this truth, and hey, you're through the spirit, you're a new man. You're a younger brother now. All right. You're a younger brother, and you may have brothers that are over you that are younger than you. All right. But you got to respect that rank. Okay. Even though you may be older than them, you still got to respect that rank, man, because they came into the truth before you did, man. All right. So you gotta be mindful of that. If a younger brother gets on you, take that rebuke, man. That younger brother sees through the spirit. You're gonna respect the older brother. All right, know that he lived a bit longer. He may have a little more wisdom through the world, but through the spirit, that younger brother may have came to the truth before you, and he's out there fervent in the spirit. If he gets on you, hey, take the rebuke, man. Rebuke is better than secret love. All right. And now I shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when you turn to the right hand and when you turn to the left. All right. And that's how you know it's the truth. That's how I knew it was the truth. When I heard this truth, man, hey, drop Christianity, ran away from that, and never looked back, man. And throw out of y'all by Shema shout for that. All right. And that's how you should be. All right. So make time to preach this word. All right. Don't make excuses. Make time to study, to read, to teach. All right. And the Lord is going to build you up, man. Okay. Don't make any excuses. I can't do it. All right. That's a weak, lukewarm spirit, man. The Lord ain't dealing with that. But I'm gonna get a couple scriptures above. This is verse 17. 1,000 shall flee at the rebuke of one, and at the rebuke of 5 shall flee, till ye be left as a beacon upon the top of the mountain in the inside of the hills. Hey, that's that power, man. Okay? That's that power. But to get that power, you got to go out there to the highways and byways. You got to make your bodies a living sacrifice, and you got to do your lessons. As brothers have said, as apostles have said as well. All right? Camp once a week is not enough. What you doing throughout the week? What you doing on your off days? Okay? What are you doing on your off days? What you doing on your break time? All right? Make time to do this work. Okay? Stop making excuses, Jay. And therefore will the Lord Yahweh wait that he may be gracious unto you, and therefore he be exalted, and he may have mercy upon you. For the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua is a power of judgment. Blessed are all they that wait for him. Blessed is all they that wait for him. And how do you wait for the Lord? All right, doing your lessons, Jake. Stop making excuses. Yet I'm not called to preach this word. You gotta find out. No, not every brother's gonna be a prophet, but you can be doing something. You can be doing something, man. All right? And if you find yourself, you learn the scriptures, all right, hey, you may be called to preach this word. But, try, man. Jake don't want to try. Jake want to make excuses why he can't do it, man. And that's that weak spirit that's need to be purged, man. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get some more scriptures. 1 second. Yeah, let's go ahead and go to Genesis 49. All right, because the tribe of Judah is very important, man. Though they, Judah were the head tribe, very important role in these last days. Okay, and so, if you're distracted by the bread and circus, you're that old lion. So you cannot, pray to the Lord that you're not in that old lion spirit. You need to be in that young lion spirit. I need to do this work. I need to edify. I need to go out there to the highways and byways. I can't miss a week. Lord willing, I can't miss a week. And Lord willing, I stay steady, stay fervent in the spirit in this thing, man. All right, so do not be an old lion, man. It's Genesis 49 and verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He is crouched as a lion, as an old lion. Who shall rouse him up? Who shall rouse him up? All right. Are you going against the evildoers, man? All right. Are you going to rise up? Are you going to stand firmly in the name of Yahweh Shemel Shah? All right? You should see what's going on. It should rouse you up. But if you're distracted by the bread and circus, all right, you're going to continue to be an old lion. That old lion is full. He done lived a life. You know, he ain't worried about nothing. All right, he got his kids. He got his family. You know, he good, man. He living a lavish life. He ain't got to fight no other lions for territory. All right, he good. He's going to live his days and pass on. And that's, you know, the illusion of this world, how Esau Edom wants our people to be. He wants our people to be an old lion. But that's why the Lord has chosen, you know, Judah in the last days to wake up first. You know, the scriptures speak of the tents of Judah being woken up first. All right, because when Judah wakes up, which is only consists of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, you know, when the tribe of Judah wakes up, the rest of the tribes wakes up. All right, the rest of the tribes wake up. And that's what you see in what's happening these last days. You know, and that's why Esau Edom mainly keeps Judah asleep. All right. So this ain't the time to be a old lion, Jake, man. It's a time to wake up. It's a time to wake up. It's a time to wake. It's a time to do this work, man. Let's get this in 1 Corinthians. All right. It's 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. Let's highlight that. All right. 1 Corinthians 13:11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child, and I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. All right. And those childish things is being distracted by the bread and circus, being tossed to and fro by all these doctrines. All right. Being drunken off these other wines, these other philosophies. All right. You're supposed to stay in this truth, man. And stay fervent in the spirit. Stay doing the work, man. Okay? Matter of fact, let's get this in Ephesians 5 and 15. Let's get this in Ephesians 5 and 15. This is Ephesians 5 and verse 15. Let's highlight a little bit of this. We'll go down to verse 18. All right. Ephesians 5 and verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the times, because the days are evil. All right. You're supposed to be walking as wise, understanding what time it is. All right. The scriptures speak of, all right, the prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished, just roughly paraphrasing. So the simple are going to be distracted. They're going to be in that old lion spirit, and they're going to be taken out, and they're going to learn the hard way that a prophet had been among them. All right. So you need to be in the young lion spirit, man. All right. Understand what time it is. Wherefore be not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord Yahweh is, and be not drunk with wine, where in excess, but be filled with the Spirit. All right. The wine is the philosophies of these other philosophies. All right. The wine of these other philosophies. All right. These other religions. These other, you know, Christianity, Islam, you know, atheism. All right. Not believing in nothing. Okay. Matter of fact, you had that Christian that it's like you're not Christian, but you had this Jake. If I find it, I'll look for it. You had this Jake that said, man, I'm gonna have to look it up, man. I know I'm a butcher, man. You know, they pretty much they don't believe in the Bible. You know, shoot, they may be a tear. All right, but they just gonna have to learn the hard way. You know, why would the Lord throw us into captivity over and over for not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Well, we made a covenant with the Lord. All right. Just as if you will sign a contract, you're in the NBA and NFL, or you sign a contract to buy a car. All right. You're in a contract. You're supposed to abide by that contract, that you pay your bills on time. You pay your car note. All right. Same way with the Lord. We made a contract with the Lord, and we're supposed to do the will of the Lord. And in that contract says, as you read in Deuteronomy 28, if we don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments, we will go into captivity. All right. These other nations will be above us, and we will not be blessed. All right. That's in the contract. So Jake is simple. Shoot. You best hope he not a terror, man, because, hey, he going to be tore up. All right. Let's get this in 2 Timothy. I'm going to get a couple more and close out. It's all through the Spirit. 2 Timothy 4 and verse 5. Let's get that. Let's highlight that. 2 Timothy 4 and verse 5. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. Do the work of evangelist, make full proof of that ministry. And how do you do that? By preaching this word, not making any excuses. All right. If a brother rebukes you, it's through love, man, because that's the Lord warning you. That is truly the Lord warning you, man, that you need to get your act together. Take that rebuke. All right. Don't be in this procrastinating spirit. I'm gonna get to it when I get to it. Take that rebuke. If it comes to brother rebukes you on you need to do your lessons, take that rebuke and do your lessons, man. All right. Hey, you need to do your lessons, because that's the Lord warning you, man. Like, hey, you need to get on it through the Spirit. All right. Throughout the week, you distracted. You truly don't want to be beamed up, man. Matter of fact, Matthew, I may close out on that. I may not. Depends on the Spirit. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get 2 more. Yeah, how about that? We'll get 2 more and we'll close out. This is and pass it up. Matthew 9 and verse 37. Let's get that. Let's highlight that. This is Matthew 9 and verse 37. Then saith he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. You see that? It's so much work to do. We're laborers in this word, man. Just like your body is made to move, you're made to serve the Lord. You're made to do this work, man, and not to make any excuses. And as it says, laborers are few. Pray therefore the Lord Yahweh of the harvest that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. All right. Pray to the Lord that he wakes up these jakes, that they no longer be old lions, but in the spirit of young lions to do this work. All right. And not distracted by the bread and circus. Okay. Because those that are distracted by the bread and circus, they're going to be taken out in great number. All right. This is Romans. Man, I know I said I'm going to get... And it's all through the Spirit, man. It's all through the Spirit. This is Romans 12 and verse 11. Let's get that. Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit. All right, fervent goes into being hot. As you read in Revelation 3, talks about being lukewarm. The Lord wants you either hot or cold. Matter of fact, in the book of 2nd Ezra 7, all right, that straight and narrow path, as you read in there, all right, you will either fall and drown, all right, on one side, or the other side, you will fall and burn up. So you need to go through that straight and narrow path so you won't get burnt up, man. And that straight and narrow path consists of you being on fire for this truth and taking any lumps, right? Taking any lumps that the Lord throws at you on your journey, man. All right. Not slothful in business. All right. That I'm going to do it when I do it. I'm going to get to it when I get to it. You know, brother rebukes you. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to take it, you know, or your actions will show. You may be like, oh, man, I hear you, brother. But then your actions will show you don't really hear the brother. And really, you disregarding the Lord. All right. Serving the Lord, Yahweh, rejoice in hope, patient in tribulation, continually instant in prayer. You know, pretty much how you should be in the spirit, man. Attributes in the spirit, how you should be rejoicing, patient, all right? Patiently waiting. The patience going to suffering, all right? You know, praying, doing the work, fasting, praying, okay? And I'm gonna get this. I gotta get this one. And shoot, I'm gonna close out on that. And Lord willing, this lesson has been edifying, man. All right. This is Proverbs 29 and verse 1. He that being often reproved, all right, a brother keeps on getting on you on the same thing over and over. Eventually the spirit's gonna hit the brother and he's gonna be like, man, don't come to camp. You know, hey, lose our number. You know, this truth ain't for you, man. He that being often reproved harden his neck shall suddenly be destroyed and without remedy. Because being reproved, that's true love, man. And what you see through this world, they don't want rebuke, man. All right. You know, they don't want rebuke. They think rebuke is hate. No, that actually is true love, man. You know, you want to see your brothers be fervent in the spirit, on fire for this truth. You know, and if you ain't hearing it, you're going to see yourself jacked up. Okay? So take heed through the spirit, man. But I'm going to end it right there. Lord willing, it's edifying. I want to give all praises going on to Yahweh Bashim El Shah, Bashim Kargadash, and Wa Abba Shalom.